I remember back when I was growing up, I thought that being in your 20s meant that you were like a full-fledged adult. And I remember dreaming of the goals that I had back in elementary school, thinking I was gonna be married at 22, have my dream job, and have my dream house that I was so comfortably living in. Well, obviously none of that happened. My 20s have been filled with so many ups and downs and so many learning experiences. Even though none of those things went according to plan, I have to say that I'm the most at peace with my life and the happiest that I have ever been. So that's why today I'm doing 20 things that I've learned throughout my 20s. Number 1, you're a baby. And I don't mean that in the way that you're whining all the time. I mean that remember right when you turn 20 that you are still so young and you still have so much time to do so many things that you plan to do. Don't rush into things and don't feel like you're on the clock. And don't feel that pressure of age coming over you that, oh my gosh, now I'm 20 and I'm a full-fledged adult, so that means I have to have everything figured out. You do not. 2, nobody actually knows what they're doing, even if it seems like they have everything figured out. Don't feel the pressure of everyone around you moving up the ladder or even moving down the ladder make you make decisions in your life that you aren't ready for and or that you don't know how to make yet. Base your life on your own decisions and your own feelings. And remind yourself when you see people seeming like they have everything figured out that they actually don't. Heck, I don't even know what I'm doing and I'm still almost 30. I guess the lesson is you're never actually gonna ever know what you're doing, so just be okay with being in the present moment. Take time to learn things outside of school. I know when I was in school, I got caught up in finishing my homework, finishing that big project, and or thinking that everything that my professors were telling me were gonna set me up for success. And let me tell you, that is totally wrong. And I'm not saying that college didn't teach me awesome things. They did. I wish I had taken more time to study the things that I was interested in, / also learn things that I was going to be using every single day, like credit cards, or how to do my taxes, or looking into insurance, or what it looks like to buy your first home. Little things like that, and just educating myself more so then I wasn't so overwhelmed when all those things did come flooding into my life. Invest early and often. Even if you don't have a ton of money to invest what you can. Compounding interest is a crazy thing. There is no reason when you're going into your 50s or 60s that you shouldn't be a millionaire. There's no reason. If you invest $6,000 per year and put it into a Roth IRA account, you'll have well over $1 million when it's time to retire. And that's freaking wild. And even if you invest $10 per month, do it to get yourself in the habit of investing. If you put $10 in the S&P, in 40 years, it'll be well over $55,000. And that's insane. The money that you can be passively investing in and will just be growing as you get older. Take care of yourself. As much as I like to say that I'm young and I'm fit, my body is never going to have aches and pains. That is a lie. In the end, taking care of yourself and your health is the #1 thing you can do to make sure you live a long and happy life. So finding a good sleep routine, workout routine, and just being proactive in your health and setting up habits that will make a difference in the long run will mean everything to future you. You don't have to do everything that everyone else is telling you to do. For example, my job is content creation, and that is not the most traditional route. And I definitely got questions from my family members and friends, but that was the route to me that felt the most real and felt the most who I am as a person. That's not to say that a 9-to-5 job is perfect for someone else. It's just whatever you feel fully passionate about is what you should be doing. And just because other people are saying that you should be doing something else does not mean that is right. Because the only person that's gonna know what's right for you is you. Because you're the only person that knows you from the inside and out. And everything that you want to do and accomplish in your life. So take that seriously and hold your opinion to a high standard. It's okay to not know what you want to do. Your 20s are a time where you're meant to go explore and see the things that you're passionate about and to do the things that you're interested in. Don't get too wrapped up in the hustle and bustle. You can always go and get a job and make more money, but you can't always go and, let's say, travel. So I guess the biggest advice that I could give is go try everything. Go try everything that you're excited about or that gives you that little anxious buzz, go try it and see if you like it. The best way to find out what you like is to find out what you don't like. Because when you find out what you don't like, then you're getting closer to finding out what you do like. And don't be afraid to try things. Which leads me to my next point. Fail early, fail often, and fail forward. Don't be afraid to fail. Failure is a good thing. It shows that you're growing. It shows that you're trying things. If you weren't failing, then that probably means that you're just sitting at home, making sure everything is just absolutely perfect. I've changed my outlook on failing. I look at it more as an exciting thing, showing that I'm growing and trying new things, rather than I could just be sitting on the couch, living a comfortable life and not experiencing anything new or exciting, and I'm not growing as a person or growing as a human being. And is that really like the life that I would want? No, not at all. So go out there and don't be afraid to fail. And when you do fail, be excited about it a little bit and be like, wow, what can I learn from this? And how can I move forward? Experiences, not things. Don't waste your time getting caught up in society's big old humbo jumbo about how you need this, how you need that, how you need this to do this. That's a bunch of BS. Let me just tell you that right there. Go out there and experience the world, travel the world, go to that concert that you've never been to, try new things, and just have a good time with it. Experiences will always stay with you, whereas that freaking new phone that you got last week, you're never going to remember that when you turn 60. You're not gonna be like, dang, that phone I had, that was the best dang phone I've ever had, and tell your grandkids about it. No, you're gonna tell your grandkids about that amazing time that you went out in the mountains with your friends and had this amazing experience. So do the experiences, just freaking go for it. Don't settle while you're dating. I know this topic can be like a hard one to talk about. I remember back in college when I was dating someone, I thought, oh my gosh, this has to be the one or else like I'll never meet anyone else after this, which is so not true. And don't settle just because you're worried about what's going to happen after this one, or if you're scared that you won't be able to meet anybody else. And also don't do yourself a disservice of just settling when there could be someone building themselves and making themselves better. One of my friends gave me the best advice I've ever heard, where she said, don't let your boyfriend keep you from your husband. And I chuckled at that, but that can go vice versa. Don't let your girlfriend keep you from your wife. So take that as you will, and just remember you deserve the entire world with whoever you're with, and you deserve so much happiness. So be protective of that and don't settle. Trust your gut. Every single time that I have not followed my gut, it has ended up causing the most damage in my life, or I've gone down these crazy rabbit holes, or I have wasted so much time when I could have been dedicating it to something else more positive, something that was more giving towards my life. So trust your gut. It is telling you something. There's a reason why it's there. Don't ignore it and just leap into that feeling, because it isn't wrong. You're just scared of what the outcome is going to be. So just trust in it and you'll figure out the rest later. I promise. It's hard to make friends when you're older. And I don't mean that you're not going to make friends. I'm just saying keeping in touch with your friends and even your family members gets harder and harder as you get older, because everyone starts to build more and more of their lives and everyone starts moving away. So you really have to put more time and effort into your friendships and relationships when you are older. It's not like those friendships will fade away. You just have to make sure that you make time for them. I also will say that it is totally okay if you grow out of relationships that you had back when you first started college or even in high school. People grow, have different values or whatever it is, but sometimes those relationships will change, and don't think that it's something that you've done. It's just a normal, natural thing that happens, and some relationships will fade away and some relationships you'll have to decide whether or not that's good to have in your life still. But don't let that discourage you, because it's just a natural thing that happens, and relationships will come and go, but the ones that are meant to stay in your life will stay in your life. Time will fly by. I remember when I turned 19 and I thought the time was moving so slow and I couldn't wait to get to college, and then it was like I couldn't wait to turn 21. but after I turned 20, it felt like time just flew by. So if there's any advice that I can say is enjoy your time and try to be as present as you possibly can, because there will be moments where that will be your last. Especially for me, I was a 2020 graduate, so I never got to graduate with my friends. And I also never knew that I was never going to get to say goodbye to a bunch of my classmates and roommates and really good friends because of COVID. So learning from that lesson of things can change in a matter of a second was truly a big one for me. Now I feel like I really appreciate every single moment that I have with people that are in my life, whether it's for an hour, months, or even just a day. I am so appreciative of that interaction and or relationship that I have with them. Don't wait to travel. I know a lot of us like to say, oh, someday I'll do this and someday I'll do that, but I have to say, do not wait to travel, because there will become some point in your life where you will have to settle down, whether it's with kids or you have a really good job, but it doesn't give you enough time to go out into the world and travel for the periods of time that you would like. And I know that sometimes we really get caught up in those some days, and those some days turned into never days. So I will say, go travel when you're young. Be able to go out there and experience the world. The world is the best teacher and will help you form such amazing values and help you learn such amazing lessons. I know when I did my first ever trip to Africa on my own, I didn't know who was going to go on the trip with me. I just sent it, and it ended up being one of the greatest trips of my life, and I learned so many things about myself that I didn't even know I was capable of. So go out and travel and experience those moments. You'll also meet so many amazing people. I just can't talk highly of it enough. Speaking of some days is not a day. Stop saying someday and start planning. Start being organized and planning the things that you want to do, whether it's putting it on your calendar, actually booking the flight, or contacting your friends that you want to go visit. Whatever it is, stop saying someday and start doing actions towards the things that you want to do. Because every time you say someday, that's adding another day that it's never going to happen. So make it happen now by planning and being organized, and just make it freaking happen. Spend time with family or loved ones. I cannot stress this enough, and I feel like a lot of people can understand this feeling coming off of COVID. As much as we like to get wrapped up in our lives and head towards those goals and everything, don't forget to spend time with people that you love and cherish most. Because there will be one day where they're not going to be there, and there will be one day when life just gets busy and you won't be able to see each other a lot. So appreciate those moments that you do have with your loved ones, and it doesn't even necessarily need to be where you fly out and see them. Just remind yourself to call the ones that you love, and to take a moment out of your day to appreciate the people that you have in your life and show the people that you love them. If there's anything that you take away from this, I hope it's that one. The thing you're most scared of is probably the thing you should be doing. And what I mean by that is everything that I've ever been nervous about, to try, or take the leap to do has been the things that have changed my life the most and made the biggest impact positively. For example, I used to play Division I volleyball, and there was a moment in time where I could have continued playing, or I could start something new. And I knew I was scared because I had dedicated my whole life to volleyball, and that's all I really knew. But I took the leap of faith and decided to dive headfirst into the unknown of adulthood. And I am so happy that I did, because now I am doing the things that I'm so passionate about. Yeah, in the beginning it was a little bit scary, and I'm so happier with where I am now and feel more like myself than I ever have. And so I'm very appreciative of younger Nicole making that leap and deciding to take a chance. It's better to regret the thing that you did than to regret that you didn't. Don't play it safe. Go out there and try stuff, because at least you can say that you tried and it just didn't work out for you. And or you're like, I don't really like that, and I'm glad that I don't like that. Rather than wondering as life goes on, what would have happened if I did that, or what would have happened if I said that? Just go for it and don't be afraid. Age is but a number. I remember when I was young, I was so excited to turn 16 because that meant I could drive. And then I was so excited to turn 20 because that meant I was in college and I was doing my thing. Same with 21 because then I could go out with my friends. But once after your 21st birthday, there is literally not another birthday to look forward to. I guess your 50s. But other than that, your age starts to mesh and stress of turning a certain age starts to disappear. And I feel like as you get older, you start to become more comfortable in yourself and knowing what you want to do. So don't get so stressed about getting older or turning 19 or 21, but I promise you at some point, you honestly forget what age you are. So don't get caught up in numbers and don't try to pressure things into your life because you're turning a certain age. Things will happen the way they're supposed to happen, and everyone's always on a different timeline, and that doesn't mean that it's your timeline. And it also doesn't mean that that's the right timeline. So give yourself some grace and give yourself some patience and enjoy the moment that you're in. So that's 20 things I've learned in my 20s. If you guys have any other advice, leave it down in the comments. I hope you guys like this video. If you wanna see more of these videos, make sure you subscribe and like, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Love you guys, and I hope you have a great day. Bye.